right, you guys, welcome back to another episode of Married to Medicine, Season 12, Episode 2. And we end up at Toya's house first. Toya's house is gorgeous. Every house they go to is gorgeous, actually. I really do like their house. And then we get to see Eugene walk in, because he's been gone for a while, at the new hospital. And as Eugene is getting comfortable, they have their little jokes. I think their relationship is actually very adorable, but they do discuss what happened at Mimi's party, which wasn't really too much said other than the fact that it was fun, it was cute, and that she had Miss Heavenly because Heavenly doesn't miss an event. And then we segue over to Dr. Heavenly's house. And we see that it is true. Heavenly is working on being in politics. She's running for office for, I think, the state senate of District 93. I don't want to be wrong, but let me know. Now, although Heavenly is very serious, I do find it funny, just like Toya do, because you are very messy, Heavenly. I wouldn't trust you to run nothing but just your office. But we will see. We'll see how it goes. As far as I'm concerned, I haven't heard anything else about Heavenly running, even to this day. So, it's up in the air. Now, as the scene gets to go on, we get to see Heavenly discuss with her husband about her son's situation of being arrested by the police, to which Heavenly is right. As public figures, you cannot have that type of stigma on your family, especially if you're running for some type of office. Now, we can also see how her husband, Dr. Damon, has hid this issue from her, and then she's finding out years later. And of course, he's going to make a light of it because, who cares? And, if somebody has something to say about it, it's on them. But, this is where we're starting to see some of the cracks with, Heavenly and Dr. Damon. Your husband lies to you, and I could have sworn that your relationship was so perfect, Dr. Heavenly. And now we're seeing that your husband lies to you. And not only that, your son moved out and away from you. And we don't know that issue, but you have to get a handle on this. And I would hope that you're not going to be antagonizing the ladies even further, like you've always been about their marriages, now that we're getting to see yours in real time. Now, in this next scene, we see Dr. Contessa and her husband. They bought a building and, they're trying to start up a new practice. And as we can see, the building's not even yet completed. Now, they do have a timeline for the completion, but as we can see, it's over and they're overpaid, over budget for the completion of the building. Now, we're seeing that, they've invested a lot of money into this building, but, if every other week you asking for a new check and you're not meeting your deadline, sir, you're about to get fired. I don't understand. You're not going to keep asking for more money when we had an initial agreement and you're still not abiding by that agreement. I'm going to cut my losses and I'm going to find somebody else to complete what I need to be done. We also find that Eugene and Toya want to add their practice in as well, which could be a great idea. They all can make great money together. And of course, Eugene can be closer to home and not working so far out or being gone for multiple days at a time, trying to make money and bring it to the house. Now, in this next scene, we see Toya and Dr. Simone. Both of them are at Brandy's practice, which I think Dr. Simone is getting micro needling, and I think Toya is going to get microabrasion. I'm not sure what those are, but we're get to see Brandy in her element in her business. Now, as the ladies get there and they settle in of what type of procedure they're going to have, we get to know more of what Brandy does in her practice, and even start to gossip a little bit, just a little messiness about Quad and Toya having her supposed dream about Quad shopping in her neighborhood. And even if she was in your neighborhood, if Quad can afford it, then let Quad have it. Even though the ladies are just having just a little bit of fun and a little bit of messiness, we see Toya get a call that her dog has passed away. And it did really get to Toya because for most of us, our dogs, our animals, our pets, our four-legged friends, whatever you have, they're not just pets, they're family. You take care of them like they're family. And to see Toya crushed, it really did hurt, because in that moment, you don't, it's not like going to buy just another toy. It's kind of hard to get over your family that has, that has deceased, and now you may or may not know if you want to get another one. So I really feel for Toya in that moment. Now, as we see in this next scene, we done see Toya done had a whole funeral for her baby, her dog. And I understand it. I get it. I find it is helpful to have a funeral for even your pets. I can't afford what Toya did, but I found it cute. And let's just say I would be all over the place if my baby done went on to glory. So I do not fault Toya for having a whole funeral for her baby. Now, of course, you didn't think think it's ridiculous for a dog funeral, but Eugene, sit down. Toya's right. Her dog does need a beautiful send off. If you can support her having Birkin bag parties because she done added a new Birkin to the family, then you can support the dog funeral too. Now we see the ladies come. We see some of the ladies, they're not fond of dogs, but you know what? We're gonna show for Toya in this moment, and they all look wonderful, and it's just a great gathering, and support for Toya and Eugene in this moment. Now in this next scene, we are with Toya and we are with Dr. Contessa. Now we see both of the ladies heading to an event that Dr. Jackie has set up, and of course she's telling them to be sexy and wear some heels. And as the other rest of the ladies start to show up or pull up, it looks like it's just a cute, sexy dance fitness class, enough for the girls to get along, enough for the girls to meet the newbies and to start their bond. As we can see, the ladies did show up very sexy. We see them learn the dance, and we see who got it, who don't, and who just need to give it up altogether. Now, I like Dr. Jackie's outfit. If she was dressed like that for her man, he wouldn't have had to step out. But, all the ladies look wonderful. Now, the ladies are doing their own little individual dance, and it's clear that Angel did the daggone thing. Body is tea, outfit is tea, and definitely the dance. In this next scene, we see the fellas start to hang out, and we get to see Dr. Mimi's husband's first as he meets Cecil at a tap house. And it does look like all of the guys show up because, they haven't been around each other in a long time. Now, as we see the guys get together, we also go back to the other scene where the ladies are done dancing and they're all sitting around, and, Dr. Jackie announces that she wants, to talk about, all of them being friendlier and better people. And I feel like Dr. Jackie needed to start off first, because why would you, when you first meet that girl, and ask her about her weight and her thyroid? That's how the conversation needs to start off. But of course, Dr. Jackie comes up with something even messier and, asks all the messy questions. Now, with the messiness being said, of course, Dr. Jackie adds in that the fact that even though Quad invited Dr. Simone last minute, Simone still probably wouldn't have come. Now, I may be the only one, but I think Simone would have went. It had it been proper, but Dr. Jackie done started something already. As we see Dr. Simone answer the question now, she, of course, like I said, she would have went, but Simone, obviously, she said she didn't go because, you really didn't want me there, so why go? Now, during all this, we do see the guys are having their own get-together. They're getting to know each other, and they're asking about the nature of what is going on with the ladies, basically how the group reacts, how the group functions within, being Married to Medicine. So of course the newbies, they're getting they're getting the rundown of the wives and how, some can be too opinionated, some can just, I want to say, just too straightforward with their intention. In my opinion, you just have to be kind of not on your toes, but just be ready, because some things you may take out of context, some things others may take out of context, and therein lies those issues that are going to start. Now, as we're getting back to the women and they're discussing more of the invitation that Quad sent, so it was sent out of shade. And someone was right. You didn't really want me there. You sent it out of shade. And of course, we all know Dr. Simone, she gonna get just a little bit too loud, and she real passionate when she comes at. I can agree with the other ladies. It's a constant back and forth of they hating each other, they love each other, they're crying, they're emotional, and it is rather annoying. Can y'all finally get to the issue of why y'all can't stand each other sometimes, and finally come to an agreement, or just agree to disagree? So at the end of this scene, the ladies have a coming together moment. They're both emotional, and they're both going to apologize and forgive each other. And now in this other scene, we continue back with the fellas, and they're having a conversation about people, calling out their character, how they act within the group. And in this instance, it is Dr. Jackie's husband and Dr. Eugene. They are discussing what Toya was saying about Curtis, that, he's a bit too handsy. And we've seen in the flashback that, Curtis had, sat Toya down, hands on the hip and all this other stuff. But in that moment, one, Toya didn't seem too shocked. And two, Curtis does need to be mindful. Although I feel like in this instance, it was Curtis playing around. They were having a good time. But the way Toya is bringing it up, it does need to be addressed. In another instance, we do see the ladies still at the dance event. And we see that Dr. Heavenly, speak about, others speaking on her life and things that's been going on. Yes, Heavenly, they will speak about it, and I'm for them speaking about it, because have you not, since you started this entire franchise, have been speaking about everybody else's life? Do you not have a YouTube where you talk off camera and talk about the ladies as well? So yes, Dr. Heavenly, they're going to talk about your life just like you do theirs. And yes, I'm all for Toya in this moment, because you don't even know how to handle your relationships. So what makes you think that you should be a state representative or whatever she's running for to help out her community when you can't even handle what you got going on in your own life? And that's how we see this episode ends, is ending on a bad note with the ladies, because Toya and Dr. Heavenly are getting into it. And I'm on Toya's side. Dr. Heavenly got so much to say about everybody else, but now when it's coming to her family, it's a problem. No, it's fair game. And like Toya said, welcome. This is how we feel now. And with that, the episode ends. Like, comment, share, subscribe.